This is today's Forgiveness Declaration card draw and reduction, and I am Luc Bouchard. Number 19. I forgive myself for believing in the ego. Okay. My reduction on this. The ego tells us that it has all the answers and that we are special. It is this specialness that keeps us in hell and separated from God. Nothing the ego offers us will bring us peace and happiness. Something I've been saying for years is that the ego has two jobs: to never be out of work and to call attention to itself. And that's what it wants, is it wants to be the center of attention. The ego always speaks first. It's the one that's the loudest. I refer to the ego as salsa, that is salty and spicy, whereas Holy Spirit is avocado, which is sublime and subtle. And if you are eating salsa and then put some avocado in your mouth, you're not going to taste the avocado because the salsa is going to overpower it. Well, that's what the ego does. It overpowers. It has tantrums. It's loud. It basically is in your face, and it is the one that is telling us that we're not good enough, that we're inherently wrong, we're sinners, and it wants to kill us. It does not want us alive. It wants us to basically be separated from God. And until we understand that the ego is not our friend, that the ego is not there to support us, that the ego is not there to basically bring peace in our life, we will be tortured. And we will listen to it. And we won't realize that when a thought comes in, a self-debasing, a thought about how you're not good enough, or some sort of negative self-talk, that you're a screw-up, you can't get anything right. Until we realize that, we're going to keep listening to it. We're going to keep attending to it. But we don't have to, because all it is a thought. God's a thought. What thought are we going to listen to? What idea are we going to attend to? The ego, which hasn't served us. We maybe think it has, but it really hasn't. Or are we going to listen to the Holy Spirit and attend to God? Now this image. I've said in another reduction that I never arrange any of my shots, and that's actually not true. I will do that with my skeleton fill, and I'll add some stuff. So I will manufacture those shots. But this particular picture I did not manufacture. I was walking along. There was a whole bunch of garbage left on the ground. People were just dumping it there, and I saw this package of cigarettes and a syringe. And, two things that the ego tells us that we need, right? Drugs and alcohol, or drugs, alcohol, and tobacco, right? So it really worked for this, because the ego wants us hooked on itself. The ego wants us to listen to it, and does not want us to actually stop and go, is that real? Is it true? And until we disengage from the ego and understand that its purpose is to never be at a job and to always call attention to itself, then we are going to be tortured by it. I'm Luc Bouchard. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it served you. And if you're having a lot of negative thoughts, and if you're tortured and you're depressed and you are anxious and you're fearful of the future, you're listening to the ego, and you might want to stop and tune in to the Holy Spirit and ask for the Holy Spirit to take your pain away, to see it differently. Because until you do that, we're going to be alone. We have separated. We believe we have separated from God, and it is incumbent on us to actually find our connection back to God and commune with God. Until your next reduction. Thank you.